Hey guys, and welcome back. And what you're seeing behind me here is my W204.5 C63 AMG. And if you're new to the channel, this car for the last 2 or 3 years has been the resident race car. However, about halfway through 2023, I started running Carlton's S2000, and since then, this thing's been very neglected and just kind of sitting in the background. Now, this is probably one of my most favorite cars I've ever owned, maybe only second to my Mark IV 32, but this thing has done race car duties for the last couple of years, been to rallies, been drifting. It's just such a beast and such a fun car to drive that it actually replaced my C606, and I don't want to get rid of it. And although I do want to keep it in somewhat still race spec ready form, I do want to give it a little bit of an easier life from what it's had the last few years. Now, from sitting, it has collected a bunch of cobwebs, leaves everywhere else, dirt all over the place. Not to mention it's got a whole bunch of rock chips from the last few years of just having a very hard life. So I want to bring it back to maybe not its OEM status, but I do want to give it a little bit of an easier life going forward. I still want to be able to enjoy the car and take it racing maybe at least a couple of events a year. So first thing we're going to do is get this thing cleaned up and looking proper. And then probably address some of these rock chips in the front. I'll have to pull the bumper off and send it out to get painted. I also have some ideas for wheels to run for the daily driving duties, if you will, but keep the OEM ones with the RT660s if I feel a little bit sporty and want to take it racing. Now, some of you that might have been around for a while will know that I also have a set of lowering springs for it, some iBox, and I might end up putting those on it just to drop it down a little, make it look a little bit better with the wheel choice I'm going to go with. And you'll have to subscribe for that because that will be in another video. In this one, we're just going to focus on getting this thing looking proper and clean and getting rid of some of this neglect that it's experienced for the last, 6 months or so while I've been racing Hondas. So we got things moved around a little bit, but as you can see, there's just dirt everywhere. So we're gonna have to get the cabin filter out and get the whole interior cleaned out. I got these out, and it probably looks good on video, just like any other YouTube builds. Camera manages to hide everything, but I feel bad for how much this car has been neglected and everything that is everywhere. So really quick, I'm still mad at this car, but just look at it. Sometimes you just gotta look at it. I love that car. I love the way it looks. It's like a piece of art. Let's get the cabin filter out. Oh, not as bad as I expected, to be completely honest. It doesn't look bad at all. We'll get a new one in here anyway. So the interior is now mint, and I feel much better about it because it smells much better and everything's been done, even the door jambs. Let's tackle the exterior. And just like that, the C63 is cleaned up. I wouldn't say she's back to her prime, but definitely looks a lot better. We got it clean. We got the cabin filter replaced. Actually, here's the old one, and it honestly didn't look too bad. That was a bad joke. As I stated, I have no interest in just parking this car or turning it into some kind of a garage queen or show car, but I definitely want to lower it a little bit, do a few things. Let me know what you guys think. But if I could, for a moment, I'm going to cross the fourth wall. If you don't know what that means, you can Google it after the video. But as I mentioned, a lot of times you'll see cars or builds on YouTube and they'll look fantastic. And you might have been watching this video and wondering, why is this man detailing this car? It looks great. It looks great on video, not so much in person. There's a lot of little nicks that are hard to videotape. And I still want to clay bar and buff this car, but now I may just leave that to a professional to clean up all these little blemishes. Like I said, I want to get the front bumper repainted, and at that point I'd like to paint correct this entire thing and maybe even get a ceramic coat on it just to make it look proper. It looks good from afar, looks good on YouTube, but she's nowhere near perfect. So its motorsports career is definitely far from over. There's more to come with that, but it will be a little bit more seldom than the regular. And as you could see behind me is the Civic that I am not so thrilled, but updates coming on this one in the next week or two, and we'll finally be done with that. Poor 190E has made it outside, so is the Golf R and the GLC. And I can conclude that I have way too much crap, and I think it's time to start whittling and getting rid of some of this stuff because I'm running out of space to store it. So make sure you subscribe. Stay tuned for what's coming next with the C63. Like I said, it's not just going to be a garage queen or something sitting in storage. So make sure to stay tuned for that. Thank you for watching, and I'll see you on the next one.
We don't